Okay, you gotta rescue Einstein.
Can't you just go into the courthouse to get Einstein?
If I still had my job as a clerk, sure, but lately a lot of evidence has gone missing, so they've installed new locks. Now the place is sealed up tighter than my dad's wallet.
Huh. Well, then why don't you go find your rocket car?
Why don't you go look for your car now?
And leave Einie stuck on a ledge? Never! Dogs are much more important than any silly rocket car. Especially one that doesn't work at all.
Huh. He's got a good point.
Well, I'll go off and see if I can get some help.
You do that. I'll stay here and see if I can think of a way to get Einie off that ledge.
I'll save you the trouble. I'm gonna go talk to Doc. Have him help out with that. Okay.
Hey, Doc. How's the room?
It's a little cleaner than I would have imagined for a Depression-era flophouse. How are your investigations going?
Why are you in the park, Doc?
Why didn't you tell me I'd run into your younger self tonight?
Because I don't remember being out here tonight. Clearly, your interactions with my younger self 2 months ago have slightly altered my personal timeline. I never have the nerve to perform public experiments like he's doing. No matter. Those experiments will be forgotten once I've seen Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Huh.
Yes. Right now, my younger self is fiddling around down there with rocket propulsion systems for his demonstration at the expo.
The thing that'll kick off your scientific career.
Exactly. Now, the rockets are a horrible idea, and I'll soon realize that they'll never work. But eventually, I'll wander into that movie theater and see Frankenstein and clear my mind. I've kept the ticket stub from that movie in my wallet ever since. See?
I used to do that. Keep stubs from movies
Why?
I saw for the
Because
first
it's
time.
during this movie that I'll have the inspiration for my breakthrough at the expo.
It doesn't have anything to do with reanimating the dead, does it?
Not the way you're thinking, no. But during that famous scene when Colin Clive turned the wheel that raised that shrouded figure into the tower, and that bolt of lightning struck, well, let's just say more than one brain was reanimated that night.
I wonder if he would have gotten the same inspiration if he had seen that in Young Frankenstein. Where's the DeLorean?
Where'd you park the DeLorean?
I hid it in the DeSoto lot. Nobody's buying cars these days, so it should be safe in there.
About Kid Tannen.
Why are tannins always such jerks anyway?
It's hard to say. Rogue Neanderthal genes in their DNA, perhaps.
Can you save Einstein?
Emmett's not having much luck getting Einstein off the courthouse.
I'm not surprised. Einie's a smart dog, but heights give him the willies.
What can we do?
I've got it.
What?
Just get my younger self distracted, and I'll handle the rest.
Okay. About the arsonist.
Hey, who did burn down Tannen's original speakeasy anyway?
I still don't know. I'd really like to find out before we go home.
So, is that why you're in 1931?
I never did get a straight answer about why he came back to 1931 in the first place.
It's personal. When this is over, I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to that, you know.
Yeah, come on, Doc. Alright.
Just keep your head low, Doc. I'll be back soon.
I'll keep an eye out for your grandfather.
Good. Okay. Shark. Obviously, that's for Jaws. Alright, I think I know somebody who could easily distract Emmett. Edna!
Hey, Edna.
Mr. Crockett, what can I
What?
do for you?
Whoa, 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 whoa. My name's not Mr. Crockett, it's Mr. Corleone. That's a bug. Let's see, what are you doing?
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
Saving people from alcohol, vice, and disorder. And also keeping a lookout for hot stories. You'd be surprised how much news breaks on this corner.
Huh. Broken any stories?
Broken any stories tonight?
Only the usual. Mayor Thomas trying to slink out of the speakeasy. Frankie Needles crashing
Needles?
his car into a fire hydrant. Nothing that'll get me the front
Yeah, we
page.
remember Needles. What's with you and Emmett?
What's going on with you and Emmett? The last time I saw you, you seemed to be kinda interested in him.
That was before I belatedly realized that his agreement to host my Stay Sober Society was a clever ruse to ferry barrels of hooch to his so-called laboratory.
Sorry about that.
Now his very presence fills me with an irrepressible urge to pick at his philosophical and intellectual foundations with every tool in my vocabulary.
So you're not dating?
Dating? The mere thought of romantic involvement with that undisciplined techno-anarchist is preposterous.
Phew. Good. Nice song, by the way.
What was that song you were singing earlier?
Do you like it? I wrote it myself.
Yeah, I figured
It
you
really
did.
gets the toes tapping at the Stay Sober Society meetings. Although I suppose that could be the shakes. Would you like to hear it again?
You know what? Sure, why not? Yeah.
Sure.
I knew if I waited long enough, somebody would request it.
Oh boy, why did it have to be the
You
accordion?
say you've lost your self-respect, but you should care. It's not too late to redirect and start to care. Don't despise the good and pure. Time to rise up from the sewer. Wash off all that foul manure. Show the world you care. You should care.
Oh,
You should
boy.
care what people think of you.
Oh
Of
man.
those that you could name, reclaiming your good name is what you ought to do. You should care.
Between you and me,
should care.
I took off my headphones
If
so I
your
didn't have to hear
reputation
that.
is in disrepair, it's not going to hurt you to reclaim your
Oh, my
virtue,
gosh.
for you should
Somebody get some earplugs, or just go ahead and hit the mute button for that.
Catchy.
You really think so?
Yeah, it's got a good hook to it.
One needs a good hook if one is fishing for souls.
How about you tell me about Tannen?
What's Kid Tannen been up to for the last 2 months?
Didn't you hear? It was in all the papers.
I've been
Yeah,
traveling.
haven't had a newspaper.
Well, the feds were all set to arrest Tannen on tax evasion charges.
Ah.
Seems they'd gotten Tannen's books from his accountant.
I heard something about that. Yeah.
Well, the accountant disappeared,
It was Artie.
unsurprisingly. But the feds still thought they had a case. After all, they still had the books, right?
Right.
But Artie's
Wrong.
been
The
gone.
day before the trial, the books up and vanished right out of the court's evidence locker.
No.
That's the evidence
Lots of
that
fingers were
Emmett
pointed,
was
but
talking
honestly,
about.
the whole town's so corrupt that it could have been anyone. Court clerks, cops, janitors.
All right. So Kid beat the rap.
So Kid's walking around free?
Free, clear, and laughing it up in his new speakeasy. The feds want to bring a case up against him, but without those books, they've got nothing.
Huh. I wonder what happened to her in that alternate timeline where the Tannens were the powerful mob in California. We never did find out what happened to her in that alternate timeline. Can you tell me about Parker?
Do you know anything about Officer Danny Parker?
Parker? Just another soul lost to the twin vices of booze and despair. I've asked him to tell me his story for my column. Sort of a cautionary tale, but he's never in the mood to
How much
talk
you want
to
to bet
me.
he was that officer that we ran into, that saw us drive away in the DeLorean? Can you tell me about Trixie?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Trixie Trotter, would you?
Kid Tannen's latest conquest?
Huh.
She claims to be a lounge singer from Seattle, but my sources in Washington have never heard of her. I mean, honestly, Trixie Trotter, what kind of name is that?
It does sound like a stage name, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was a stage name. About the arsonist.
Whatever happened with that speakeasy arsonist?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Why?
Me?
Don't play coy with me. I may not have any journalistically acceptable proof, but I know you had a hand in Carl Sagan's daring escape from the
And
authorities.
how would you know that? What about? Yeah, he's innocent.
Didn't you think that Sagan was innocent?
I used to, but after he escaped, 2 more speakeasies were torched in Colfax and Georgetown.
That's just a
Yeah.
coincidence.
Coincidence? Or is our friend Carl a serial arsonist?
Come on. I'm sure Sagan's innocent.
I'm pretty sure that Carl Sagan didn't start those fires.
We'll see. One of the reasons I'm camped out so close to Tannen's new speakeasy is it gives me the chance to catch the arsonist in the act. It'd make a great story for my column.
Always